On today's show, I'm bringing back a returning guest. He was on my show back in November of 2019. We are talking no other than Pro-Dex Inc. If you would have listened to me about 2 years ago, we found this company when it was trading around $5, $6 a share. Now it's trading at $20 a share. That's right, $20 a share. I think it might be at an all-time high. They uplisted to the NASDAQ. You can find them under the ticker symbol PDEX. And with us today is the president of the company and CEO, Mr. Rick Van Kirk. Rick, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity.
You had an earnings release last week, and by the look of your stock and the smile on your face, it looks like it went pretty well.
It went very well. We set another record for revenue in the quarter, scratching $8 million for the first time, so we feel pretty good about that. We had a board member point out that our sales for halfway through our year, because we end in June, exceed what our sales were for the entire year, the first year we took over this thing. So we're definitely feeling like we're heading in the right direction. We have some pretty good momentum. A lot of things we still need to work on, and then we are working on, but so far so good.
You remember the day when you came on my show and your stock was around $5 or $6 a share? I said your stock is grossly undervalued. Do you remember those days?
Absolutely. Yeah, I sure do. And you were right.
Yeah. So where do we go from here? Where did the revenues come from? What are we proud of? And what are some of the things you feel that we need to work on?
Well, we're always trying to develop additional and new business, and we've made a lot of progress there. You know, in previous calls, I've talked about irons in the fire, but now we've got proposals out there that are turning into serious discussions. I pull up shy of calling them negotiations in some cases, but there's a lot of progress and movement there. Our existing customers are introducing us to other departments, if you will, where some of our technology can be used because they are happy with the products we're selling them so far. So we're making good inroads there. We are developing our own products. We'll maybe talk a bit more of that in detail in a minute because we see some market opportunities there. And then, you know, there's an expression, rather be lucky than good. You know, we've got some customers that their requirements are increasing, and we're enjoying some volume increases there in production and repairs. If you noticed in the filings, we have a significant amount of repair revenue the last couple quarters, and I know that makes some people nervous that it might not be recurring, but actually it's a product that's mature with a lot of units in the field, and we expect that type of revenue to continue. So hopefully can put some people's fears aside there. So we've always been open about having aggressive growth plans, and nothing has changed, and we've got a few different avenues we're trying to push that.
Are you still planning to launch the Thorat Driver this quarter?
Yes, we are. Feeling good about that. In fact, I've got a bunch of inventory on shelves here. It's a handful of different SKUs, if you will, that go into this. A lot of it's on the shelf ready to go. A couple need to be finished up in the next few weeks. A couple of final documentation type things. But yeah, we're excited about that for sure.
And so you mentioned earlier that I don't know if it was your fourth quarter or your second quarter of the $8 million revenue. All that revenue is still coming from domestic. We're not doing anything internationally yet. Is that correct?
That's correct. That is correct. We hope that changes over the next year to 18 months. Our customers have some markets there that we're going to try to help service with them. We are working on some certifications for a couple things, marking of the products and being able to ship some of our products overseas. You need certain approvals and paperwork and things like that. So that's all in the works, and it'll kind of come together over the next year and a half, I think. So yeah, there's more potential there as well.
You know, your business is mainly in dentistry and the medical field and stuff like that. That being said, how are your efforts going to develop the new business going forward?
Well, again, we're fortunate that we've got some really good customers that are large customers and have a couple different applications that we can leverage into. We are trying a few different things too. We've got some pretty cool technology, but there's only so many parts of the body that it can be used on. So we try to partner up with universities and some surgeons. A lot of them have some good ideas for products that maybe some of the larger companies, don't have the time or the nimbleness, if you will, to try to help with. So we're working on a couple projects there, and some of them work out and some won't, and the ones that work out hopefully turn into a home run or two, because people have some great ideas out there. They just need help getting them developed into a product and brought to market. So that's some ways that we're trying to accelerate the innovation process, at least for us, is to partner up with people that already have some ideas and we can help them.
My guest today has been Rick Van Kirk. He is the CEO and president of Pro-Dex Inc. They trade on the NASDAQ. You can find them under the ticker symbol PDEX. Rick, before I let you go, what is it that you really want my listeners and your stockholders to take from this interview?
Well, at the risk of repeating myself, I do appreciate everyone's support and interest. And I've been saying, I think since we started talking, Everett, that I think it's a good time to be part of the Pro-Dex universe. We continue to grow. We plan to continue to grow. We've got a strong management team, a strong crew of people here aboard that supports us. We've got some really good technology and more ideas coming in. I just think it's a good time. I always think it's a good time to be part of the ride here, but I encourage people to join us. Call me if you have questions. I'm happy to talk to anybody and help share the story.
Well, I thank you for coming on the show. Congratulations. They beat revenues by 9 cents per share, up 24% on the revenue side. And Rick, you're doing a great job over there. Keep up the good work. Hopefully you come back on the show in about 40 or 50 days and give us an update.
I look forward to that. Thank you very much.
This program is entirely sponsored and produced by La Jolla Media, LLC, which is responsible for the content. The opinions and information provided on this program are for educational and research purposes. Stock Day encourages all listeners of this program to do their due diligence and research when determining investment strategies that will work for them, or to seek the assistance of an investment professional.